For me, living in a place where chaos is not king is probably one of the most incredible experiences in all my 60 years. And I've been here for 3 years now, and I'm still getting used to it. I guess after 57 years of chaos every day, every night, non-stop, 7 days a week, 30 days, 31 days in a month, that to live in a place like this is like having a little taste of heaven before you leave this earth. I didn't know that was possible. I mean, I've known a lot of great things and good things in my life. It's not all been horror and havoc. Well, yes, it's always been havoc until I moved here. And in truth, we're still very dependent on the grid, very dependent on a paycheck, and very dependent on our community for our survival. But here, it's not a constant chaos. Now, I lived in Lubbock, Texas for 30 years, so it wasn't like it was a short time. And I lived in all the poor neighborhoods in Lubbock. We couldn't afford the wealthier ones, not even the lower middle class. By the time my husband got to that kind of earnings, Trump was in the office, the economy was in bad shape, and we had COVID coming. Both our parents were ill. We both lost a sibling. And it was always that way, just one chaotic event, one havoc-wreaking event after another. Now, we've been here for 3 months, or 3 years, 3 months. Thankfully not. But we've been here for 3 years, and I asked my husband if he ever missed Lubbock. And he said no. He didn't even hesitate. And, I think he's kind of like me. He misses our family and our friends there. But other than that, I really didn't think places like this existed except for on TV or in videos. And in videos, they always make places like this scary as hell. And, skinwalkers and all kinds of boogeymen. But I've been out here 3 years and no boogeymen. A bear, deer, quite a bit, wildlife of other kinds, buzzards. Oh yeah, they're, the first time I ever saw one, I was pretty blown away by how big they actually are. Hawks, we have eagles, small birds, big birds. It's an incredible place, and I think it's the most wonderful place for me to spend my last years. And I don't know how long I'm going to get. Doctors, I give up on them. They can't guess, and all they want to do is put me on some kind of medication that has worse side effects than the issues I have, and are more dangerous than all the issues I have. So I'm okay without them for now. But I do thank the ones who've saved my life, even though they didn't want to do it because I had no insurance and no money. And I'm really grateful I was in the perfect place to get the kind of health care to save my life. And that would be, Covenant in Texas, Lubbock, and Texas. What do they call the hospital in Lubbock? Texas what? Uh, the one your mom was in. The one I had my surgery in and Dad died in.
Covenant.
It was Covenant. Okay. So, the doctors there, thank you for all you've done for me and my family. You don't get to say that to anybody, and there were so many of them, I don't remember the names. The events are all kind of a blur, but this place, you can be sitting here, it's very rarely ever quiet. It's either birds, frogs, some kind of critter making noise. It's very rarely quiet. But when it is quiet, it is so quiet, you can hear yourself breathing in and out. I mean, it's that kind of quiet. Now, in Texas, it could get quiet. It could get dead silent. No dogs, no nothing, no people moving around, no cars, no traffic, no trains. And here, when we hear the train, which is not that often, so I'm thinking a train comes down through here maybe once or twice, maybe 3 times in a month. It's just not that busy and not a lot of traffic. And I can tell you every car that belongs on my road because I watch them, when they're going up and down the road. So I know the cars that belong here, and I know the ones that don't. Boy, they stick out like a sore thumb. And I don't care what kind of car they are. If they're not one I'm used to seeing, they stand out. I like that. In Lubbock, the same kind of car could drive past my house 5 times and be a different car all 5 of those times. Well, it's not like that here. You know what's crazy? I see more older vehicles here than I see when we lived in the city. And I kind of think it's cool because they're still running. I see them going up and down the road. And most of them are old farm vehicles, And they keep them maintained and they keep them running. Old school. I wish I could have had the chance to raise my kids here. Because even though it has problems and issues, they're nothing like Chicago or Lubbock. Both of those places. And the outlying community were dangerous and frightening for me. And I always had to worry about small children, We were sitting, my daughter and I were sitting out on our porch, and my grandbaby was playing in the front yard, and we're watching her, of course, and this white pickup truck come pulling up, and this blonde lady gets out and starts talking to my granddaughter and trying to convince my granddaughter to go closer to the fence. The lady wanted to grab her. And my daughter, I'm going to tell you what, in 2 steps, she was to my granddaughter and threatening that lady and telling him, I got your tag number, I got you on video, and we're going to call the cops, and they tore off out of there like crazy. It was a white couple that tried to steal my beautiful grandbaby. So, it wasn't just the illegal immigrants that were in the area. In fact, honestly, there were very few problems with them while they were there because they were too afraid to let themselves be anybody know they were in there. And I didn't care. I cared that they were living in more poverty than I was, but it was too difficult to approach anyone to even offer help. So I still feel bad for them. I really do. And they really got duped. This time, I don't feel bad for America getting so many illegal immigrants because, like I said, I'm from Texas, and illegal immigrants are our neighbors in most cases. And they were quiet people except for a few bad ones. It was the traffickers that bothered me, and you could spot them. They were quite different than the families that migrated into Texas. You knew who the bad people were. It was pretty obvious. And so they didn't even hide it. You know, it was crazy. House raids all the time from feds or TANF and all of those. Yeah, they were very active in Lubbock. But I have to tell you, sometimes we would have ice raids that would hit our shallow water Lubbock area, and to watch them pull so many people. On one raid they got 78 people, and it mostly was just small family groups, but they were living in burnt out, falling down mobile homes that were 2 lots behind us. No electricity, no running water, no clean anything. And I'm sure those people were probably, some were going to want to stay here or stay in Texas, and some were going to try and go probably northeast and see if they could find some jobs. They were just good people. So to all these immigrants that Biden lied to from an American, I'm sorry. You didn't deserve that. But I know that there were less families that came through and more bad people than good this time. And I guess that's, kind of what we get. Because this government is the way it is because we let it get that way. And everybody's so busy working to pay those taxes. We're right back to where we were when our founding fathers decided to stand up against King George. Except now, the king, well, they live on our shore. They're not 4,000, 5,000 miles away. So, anyway, I just wanted to share that with you and not be all political, just let you know that there are going to be points and times in your life when it's not going to be all chaos. Look forward to those times. And first they come in small increments. And if you can manage to take the right path in your life, those increments can last longer. And it does seem like it gets better. Now, I have my up and down days, I'm not going to lie. But when your body is fighting itself, you suffer from, well, bad health, depression. It's the only way I can think of to put it. And no, I got a prescription that works just great for me, and it has none of those crazy side effects that you see the ones advertising on TV. In fact, the only side effect it has is it gives me the munchies or it puts me to sleep. And in most cases, I'm needing to eat or I'm needing to sleep, so. But I just wanted to say thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. Your dream, I can't make it happen. You wanted to make this a full operating, self-sufficient, and, a money maker kind of homestead, and I don't have the strength to do it either. And my kids are like I was when I came up here to take care of you, Mom. They're very entangled in their lives, and they are still making it work. So I really hope you understand that this place was the greatest blessing anyone has ever given me. And I'm trying to take good care of it because I know how much you love it. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Take care. Granny out.